All right, guys. So it seems like you can't even leave town. You can't enjoy yourself. You can't have vacation for a little while at the end of the year waiting on this UFC 232 card without some bullshit, some storyline, some interesting situations occurring. John Jones has now popped again for the same T-ball that he was using to head kick my man DC into oblivion. He's popped for that again. Now they're telling this whole long story about salt, throwing salt in a pool. I mean, seriously. They're telling all of these long parable style stories. The sad thing is, John Jones popping for whatever he did, whatever he's doing, whatever he's not doing. That is not, it's not even exciting anymore. The story is boring. Nobody is even entertained by that. We're not shocked by that. At this point, John Jones is John Jones. He literally is just a literal fuck up. Now, once you realize that somebody's a fuck up, you have to just kind of cut your coat according to your size and let that shit go. Let it go. It seems like the UFC is having a very difficult time letting John Jones go. I don't know what that's about. I have no clue why they're doing that, but they're having a difficult time letting him go. John Jones is so, like, literally right now, the guy is washed up. That's the vibe that I get from him, is that he's washed up. His biggest news stories are controversial news stories. He's Bobby Brown. You know, I'm not sure if everybody knows Bobby, but he is Bobby Brown. I pray that guy can kind of get it together. I really do. I want him to get it together, but it's like all of this is just getting so stupid. And right now it just got real stupid. Dana White, Jeff Novinsky did their little bullshit ass video where they said that, oh, UFC 232 is moving from Las Vegas to California, to Inglewood. How do you do that to people? How do you do that to people? This is the end of the year card. This is the Christmas card, the New Year's card, whatever you want to call it. It's the holiday card. There are families that have said, okay, you know what? I think I saw something on Twitter where the wife went up to her husband. She gave him some tickets to see Gus at 232, and it was so sweet. Now they have to figure out, how are we going to get from Vegas to California? Look, I live in America. I've been to Vegas a few times for, birthdays, and mainly birthdays. And then I went once just to kind of hang out. It was a bunch of friends and we just wanted to do a vacation together. I've been to Vegas. I have also been to California. From Vegas, it's not that long of a drive. It really isn't that long of a drive. I hate to be callous. I hate to be callous about it, but it's not that long of a drive. And it's also not that long of a flight. The flight is it can't be more than 45 minutes. So, I hate to be callous. You guys holler at me in the comment section about it, but it's like, reality is what it is. The reality reigns supreme always. The trip isn't that long. You can keep your hotel in Vegas and you can go drive to the fight, book one night hotel in Vegas, in Inglewood, and then drive back down to Vegas the next day. It's not bad, but it's just an inconvenience. It's such an inconvenience. And that's the fans. Now, people like me, I was just going to order the pay-per-view. Just like I said, I'm in Nigeria right now, so I was going to actually just order the Fight Pass. I was going to go on Fight Pass, and you can order pay-per-views through Fight Pass. So I was going to do that. I'm not one of the people who decided to go out there and see a fight, and I might be all of the people who don't want to go out to see a UFC fight. They're justified. They are justified. I have not wanted to go see a UFC fight for a lot of reasons. One, I didn't want to have to deal with any racism. And also, UFC fans, we're a little crazy. So while I'm rooting for Nunes and you're rooting for Ronda Rousey, I didn't want to have a fight over it. I don't know any of these broads. So what am I mean, seriously, I'm not going to be arguing over a fight. You guys know that about me. I say my piece and I keep it moving. But that's one reason. The second reason is because you just might end up with a shitty ass card. You just might end up where the big fight isn't happening. Or you know, if you want to see, the one thing I can commend the UFC about is that they put a lot of great fights on the cards, but all of those great fights might just fall out and end up into a regular, just crappy card. So that's the fans. That's the fans who are being affected right now. They have to figure out how they're going to get to Inglewood now. The second thing is the fighters. I'm not going to go into this too much, but the thing is, all of these fighters on this card, they now have to move from Vegas to California. It is a short trip, yes, but when it comes to weight cutting, any little small infraction, any little small difference, any little small change can make you miss weight, can lead you to missing weight. It can lead you to having a bad camp, you know, ending your camp off pretty messed up. The fighters are being affected. The fans are being affected. And the last person who's being affected, and they don't know it. They actually don't know it yet. I can tell that they don't see it. They just think they're running the show. But the UFC is being affected by this. I will not go to see a UFC show. Period. I'm not paying my money to see a UFC show. I don't want to pay to see Valentina Shevchenko fight Nico Montano, only for Nico Montano later to fall out of the fight, and now I got to watch nothing. Valentina didn't even fight. I'm not paying to see John Jones do anything. I wouldn't pay to see John Jones sit on a chair and tell me how beautiful I am or some shit. I wouldn't pay for that. He's unreliable. The UFC will be hit hard by this, guys. Do not forget. Do not worry. I'm putting out the videos about how Bellator is coming up and how One Championship is coming up. The UFC needs to take a stand. Listen to this other video that I put out about Nevada State Athletic Commission. I take a different stance in that video, and I talk more about the politics involved. I really do. I speak more on the politics involved, but the dynamic between the UFC and Nevada State Athletic Commission, it is becoming incredibly, it's palpable. Something is going to pop. Somebody is going to give. Nevada State Athletic Commission, they're playing hardball. UFC is playing hardball back. Who's being affected? The fighters, the fans, the UFC. I'm not sure how this is going to end up, but right now I can say this. John Jones, get your shit together. A la Daniel Cormier, the double champ. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts in the comment section.